Hi Steve, say good morning.
Good morning.
We're on Monday morning. We're back on this one. Everything's drying out quite nicely. Still a bit wet. This wall is obviously quite thick because we were hardboarding this. So yeah, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna kick a waste out the wall. So I'm gonna take this bottom panel back off and do that, and then we'll build our stop work and our boards in for the shower, so we can start getting the trays set. Then we can start thinking about getting some wall panels up. Steve's gonna grab some crappy white paint and give it a little bit of a whitewash, and then we're gonna crank the heat up in here, I think. Get this drying out a bit faster. I mean, it is drying out quite well, to be honest, because all things considered, how thick that wall actually is. But we'll get it. Let's go. Right, Steve's happy painting, that he's whitewashing. We made a quick splash over. I just got this top panel here, just tidied this pipe up and just put a draw cable in for the time being because I don't have any 10mm on the van. Steve kindly cut that board for me on Friday, so that was easy for me. And yeah, Steve's just having fun. Hey Steve.
Cleaning that up.
Yeah. I'm gonna just sweep this out quickly and then we'll start prepping for our framing stuff for the shower tray. Just a little update. The time, 11 o'clock. It's taken me 2 hours to core that hole.
2 hours and 3 bits.
2 hours and 3 bits, yeah. Unbelievable. That's absolutely rock solid. Old stone walls. Steve's managed to whitewash this and coat this once already, so he's way ahead than what I am. I might actually eventually start setting this tray out at some point. Might actually get some progress going, mightn't we, Steve?
We're doing alright. But one thing that'll hold us back, we'll gain the time back in someone else.
We'll get it. Right. I got my basin, levelled it up round from Steve. Well, when I say Steve,
I didn't.
Steve's still painting. Still going round, nice and white. What was I saying? Put the base down. Cut a piece of ply to go on top now, and then figure out our waste for the shower. We can bring our shower tray up, stick it down, and then shower tray set in. Connect waste up. We've also got to cut the overflow in still for the tank. That's the other side of the wall, just from where I cut it out. So I'm gonna tap it on the top of this pipe here. It's just an overflow on an old copper cylinder. So yeah, get a tray in, we start putting some panels on the wall, can't we?
Indeed.
Alright, we cut our piece of ply to go in. Just brought the tray up, just to mark out for where our hole goes. It's a lot easier just to lie the tray on top of it and mark your hole. I've now got to cut a square because the bottom of this tray is recessed with a square for our waste to sit in. Then we can connect our drain up, set our tray, bed our tray down after we fix the board in bits and pieces, and then we'll be alright. Right, tray's in, set, we've connected our waste up, and we've sealed it around the outside and tested our drain, make sure everything's flowing correctly, which it is. The best advice I can give you in fitting these trays is please just read the MIs. Even if you think you know how to do it, read the MIs, because I pull out so many trays that have just been fitted incorrectly, and it's just so avoidable if you just read a piece of paper. So it doesn't make you any less of a man, just read them. Right, this is where we're leaving it for today. Just put some boards down on the floor, so started overboarding. I literally just got this end little piece to do. Shower trays in, everything's set and sealed. So tomorrow, Steve, we'll be able to carry on doing the floor. We can lay the floor, we can get the panels on the wall, because we're pretty much just all ready to go now. We can literally just come in the morning, put some panels up, put some flooring down, then we can start doing things like putting the basin in, a board in for this and put the toilet in. And yeah, it will look something like it. Should look pretty nice by tomorrow. So, a bit of a slow day really. Took me ages to get that waste through the wall. And it took me quite a while to get that tray in as well, just so it was sitting level. But Steve done some painting. Here, Steve. Looks good.
Little touch up when we're done.
Yeah, a few little touch ups.
The ceiling's complete.
Yeah, it looks good. Obviously this here needs
Rough patches, isn't it?
yeah, still needs painting on that, but the bulk of the white's done. So yeah, cool. Alright, we're gonna pack up and we're going home. Nice easy day for a Monday. Right. I've been home. I'm back out again. I've just popped out just to grab some flooring from a local supplier just so I can get a little bit of a head start on for tomorrow. And then hopefully get the flooring in, all the bathroom essential bits like the panels and basin and bits and pieces like that we can try and get in tomorrow, and then it will just be really trying to finish some bits off after. So really just trying to get a little bit ahead. I've allowed an extra day for this because we have actually got to plaster one of the walls downstairs as well, which is an additional to this job. She asked and if we can do it, and obviously I agreed. So I'm gonna go get this floor and then I'm gonna go home for the night. So I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, I know I said I was going, but I can't leave the van like this. So I'm just gonna spend 5 minutes just tidying it quickly because it's really driving me nuts. So enjoy. Right, I don't know how much you got of that before the battery died, but I mean it's marginally better than what it was. I mean it's alright. At least I can actually get in there once the floor comes out in the morning. So some form of a result, I suppose. So yeah, I'm actually going now. Goodbye. Say good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
I'm really starting to get sick of that drive. It's quite far for us. It's like a 3-hour round trip. Lucy said enough. She's off out of the van. She's gone. Nightmare. Right. Let's get some tools in, shall we, Steve? Make a start. Get some stuff done.
Hey,
Are you having fun?
I'm ecstatic about today.
Right. Right. Got some panels up. Just rough cut this for a minute, just so we can board the inside and do a final cut. So it's all, you know, it's just a lot easier to do it that way, rather than trying to measure everything out and just get everything perfect. It's easier just to stick the panel up and just cut it after. But this is what we're looking like. We're looking pretty good, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah, indeed.
Could do it a bit of a clear up. Cut some more panels, stick some more panels up. Probably board inside here next. I'm just going to grab some 22 so I can tie the overflow in for the tank to the other side of the wall, back into the waste that we put in down there. So I'm going to do that now. Steve's going to cut some panels. Hey Steve.
For the toilet?
No, cut the panels for inside here.
Do inside there?
Yeah, we'll do inside here. We'll just close all this up. So
Right, this one a minute. Are you wanting this front panel flush, or you're going to bring the other sides flush the front of this?
So at the moment I trimmed. Yeah, so that one there's going to be flush, but we need to ply that first. We need to ply that front face for the toilet stuff to mount to.
Yeah.
So we need something a little bit more substantial than a board.
Yeah.
And then we'll flush cut that, and then we'll trim it front face, because these are all trimmed front face.
So you trim the sides first?
They'll all be trimmed front face, and then... No, cut the front panel first.
So you want your seam around the front?
Yep. Let's do it. It's on, Steve.
Lee, is there something you want to tell us about?
Is there something I want to tell you about? Not particularly, but I cut through the waste pipe by accident. So now we've got a cut through the waste pipe. I've just cut through it. It's not very funny. So now I've got to pull the waste back out of the shower, pull the waste pipe out, put a new piece in. Because I'm an idiot. It's all Steve's fault. Right. Now I've fixed my mistake, which Steve is probably loving out there. I've put a T in here so we can tie in the overflow for the tank. I'll reduce that down then. Drain everything's back in. Let's try and not do things twice, eh Steve?
Try not to.
Try not to, yeah. So I'm just going to bend a piece of copper now and solder it up to the overflow, drop it down so we can then panel up all the sides, close all this in, and all the stuff we need to do. So I'm going to get to it. Right, I got that one in. I've dropped it down here and reduced it down into plastic. I need to pick up another reducer so I can just tie it down into there and just solvent that in, and then that'll be done. And then it'll, I mean it's an overflow, so it's not having constant water running through it, and there's no pressure through it, so it should be absolutely fine. So that'll work fine. We'll do the job for what we need. Back to panelling, which Steve's currently enjoying. I'm just going to close this box in now and close those sides in too, and then start trimming some bits up, doing some final cutting for that niche that Steve's doing now, and then we can cut the panel for here, but obviously we can't stick it on now because I haven't got the reducer for that waste pipe, which I'll pick up later. So at least we can finish the shower area and get the floor down, bits and pieces like that, and get it gone. Right, Steve's boarded out in here now. I've just put some trims on the outside, so that's looking something like it. I've also put the shower on the wall. Obviously we still got to pull a cable down through yet. I've chucked a drawer cable in there and it should be a pretty easy pull, to be honest. Hopefully James will be here. And then Steve's boxed this in now. Let's just close this up so we can mark where we want position for pipes to come through, and we can bolt this over too. I'm going to get this area here cleaned up a little bit, pull the tray out and give everything a wipe down, because then we can seal it all up, and then possibly even put the door across, and then we'll start looking at getting some floor down. Steve's making a coffee, so I've got to sweet talk him a little bit, because he had a bit of a nightmare trying to do this. He wasn't the best at it, to be honest. But, there was a few cross words in the corner by himself, I think. So, anyway, let's get to it, get cleaned up and get a load of this rubbish out and start thinking about either getting some floor down or sealing up in the shower area. So let's do it. Right, I've sealed up all the tray, sealed up all the edges, sealed up all in the boxing, so it's all nice in there. Steve's tackling the floor. So, making a start on this. We'll get this down soon, it's not going to take very long, and then maybe we'll start piecing some bits of the actual suite in. Right. We've got flooring down, haven't we, Steve?
We have indeed.
Done alright there.
New surface.
Right. What's next? What are we doing next? What do we want to do next? Should we bring the basin in?
We'll position that and then we can see where.
Because we've got a proper waste in for the basin, which we'll box. We've also got to get a new bonding down as well. So I don't know about closing this up just yet.
No.
Because when James comes in to do the little board, we got to get a bonding in because it's only got 4mm in there. So we'll think about that. We'll wait a minute. Right, we've come across a little bit of an issue, and that's, well, the toilet doesn't fit with the basin. For some reason, I never designed this bathroom. This is subcontracted to me. For some reason, the plans that I have of this bathroom, everything measurement-wise, plans fit. But for some reason, they've either changed some things on the plan, like basin sizes and toilet sizes, and they've gone for something that's absolutely massive and hoping for some bizarre reason it's going to fit in the same space, which is not. I mean, these they're quite traditional toilets, so they stick out quite far. The same with these basins, they stick out really, really far. So originally this was, the basin, the depth would have been about 350, 400mm, whereas these stick out about 550mm. So we've already lost 200mm there. And then the same for the toilet, these traditional ones, they stick out so much further than what like a compact, newer design, modern toilet would be. So, I mean, I checked the plans again, and then to scale, everything should fit, but it doesn't. So I'm going to have to speak with the customer and see what they want to do about it before I go ahead and actually final fix anything. Because at the moment, this is kind of my solution to make it work, which is a bit, it's not ideal. A lot of this stuff as well doesn't actually get delivered when we first start. They get delivered part way through the job. So yeah, bit of a bummer really, but there isn't really much I can do about it. So I can only speak with the customer and see what she wants to do by herself, and then hopefully get to a bit of a resolution by the end of the day. But I'm not very hopeful because I can't actually get hold of her, so we'll see how this pans out. I'll keep you updated. But I think bathroom wise we're pretty much done today, aren't we, Steve? Steve's got the coffee on.
Before pack up.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see what happens, because at the moment it doesn't fit.
There's no room at the end.
There's no room, so we'll see what happens. Right, move the basin. I mean, I personally can't think of a better solution than that. No. I can't see how else it's going to work. Unfortunately, there's an absolutely ginormous towel rail, width-wise, to go in as well. It's just a bit. I think I'm gonna have to. We'll speak to her, see what she says, and see what she wants to do. If not, the only way I can see this working is by taking this boxing out, which is what she actually requested. She wanted to keep that in, so the toilet was straight rather than at an angle in the bathroom. So yeah, it does actually open the room up a little bit more, being that way round, rather than kind of just having it sectioned opposite each other. But we'll just have to see what she says, to be honest. So that's great. Just finish me off, Steve. What about you? Finish you off too?
Finished right off.
Yeah, I'm finished off. I'm going home. See you tomorrow.